Hello and welcome back to Stoneblock 3. I'm Zoke, and today what I told you we were going to do is a little bit of designing. Now I wanted to jump right in and just kind of show you what I'm thinking about when it comes to this. We have some stuff here, okay? A long while ago I had an idea in my mind and I thought it would look really cool if we could do something like this around the area. So if we have a few of these randomly placed, basically along the entire bottom here, and we put some of this in here. Let's put this a little more in the middle so you can kind of see a little bit better. And then we'll have it covered with glass. Now it's not going to be flowing or anything like that. It's going to be it's going to be source blocks all the way around, which means I need a lot of this stuff. And we're kind of acquiring a lot, but it is going to take a little bit of time. This is actually with full upgrades on it too. So it's not something that's going to go quick, but this is the start. This is the beginning. These guys have an EMC value. That stuff is easy to get. So it's not going to be a problem of whether or not we can get the supplies. We're going to have them. It's just a matter of the time it's going to take to place them. So we're going to do that. I'm basically going to cover this entire floor here. And I guess we're just going to put some, I want clear glass. Do we have any, we have regular glass. Do we have clear glass here? Connecting glass. Let me see if we have clear glass. We do. Okay, so give me one of these because I think this is considered different. Yes, we go to glass now. We should have multiple types. So then we go to connecting glass. And then we go boom, boom. And then we have clear glass. This is the one that I want. So now that we've taught our little table that stuff, I go bloop, 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 all the bloops. And then we have plenty, maybe not with just this stuff, these stacks here, but we can obviously get more to cover the entire bottom of this thing. It has been started. And also, I hope you didn't think I was going to do this all by hand. No. We have our friend, the builder here, and we have a shape card that can place liquid. So it's just like you would mark any other area for mining or whatever. And I just marked this bottom one, and you can actually get a little bit of a tidbit here because the preview mode has blocks that are similar in color to the color we're using. So you can actually kind of see what it's going to look like a little bit after it's all done. And it looks really cool. It's looking really cool. I may actually just go for blocks that are this color and do something like that after I've done all the liquid. Yeah, I'm kind of one for redoing lots and lots of work just because I think it looks better a different way. That's me. But as you can see, it is working. It's kind of slow, even though these guys have upgrades. I could get more machines. I might get more machines. It depends on how long it's really going to take. But at the end of the day, meh. I also want to see, actually, hold on. Does the oxygen bucket have an EMC value? It does not. Okay. Just in case. If it had an EMC value, I may have to go that way. Go that route. But it doesn't. Sadness. Progress. But it's not done yet. It's not done yet. But it is taking a while. So I decided to do something else. And if we take a look over here, I needed the fan because I'm finally going to make something I should have made a while ago, but I kind of let's just be honest, I was a little lazy to do it because I had to set this thing up again. I keep setting it up and taking it down, and it's getting a little tedious. I really need to find a permanent home for this, set it up, and just have it useful rather than think about it being tedious to set up again. But anyway, so I finally did. I went ahead and set up yet another temporary location for the create stuff so I could get that fan because I wanted to come in here and get myself the temporal pouch. Now, they don't have time in a bottle in this, but they do have this guy, which is basically time in a bottle. It's just different. It's a separate thing. It gathers time, but it works the same way. It even says in there, this item is subject to change in the future, but currently it works just like time in a bottle. So it basically is that. So we're good to go there. And one of the reasons I wanted to do that is because it gathers time while it's in your inventory. It kind of needs that. And you just have to sit here. So the longer you have it when you're not using it, the better it's going to get later. Like in one of my other series, I have hours upon hours of this, and I could use it pretty much whenever I want endlessly, and I won't run out of time. So we're good to go. I just want to have this sitting here. I may end up using a little bit of it for these guys if this takes too much longer, but it is kind of making somewhat sort of kind of decent progress. I don't really know. I mean, I can't really say that. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I don't know. We'll work with it. This guy over here. Oh, right. I turned off my magnet because create mod stuff. There's flowing water that dropped down into liquid oxygen, and it erased the liquid oxygen, which is unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm kind of curious if this guy will go back and see it later. I don't think he will. I don't believe he will. I'll have to take new buckets or just kind of turn it off and turn it back on to kind of restart it so it would catch those. But, meh, just a couple of buckets. I'm not too worried about it. But I'm going to finish that off. I'm going to get the glass on top, and we're going to see what it looks like. But we still have to continue the design, of course, because I don't want to have deep slate around the outside. We're just starting at the bottom. We're just going to start down here at the bottom. We're going to get this going. And once I get this going, we can kind of work our way upwards. I do have a design for the walls. I have a design for the floors. I've had a design for this place since the beginning. And I haven't done it because I like to get set up with materials and goods first. I don't want to start building with a particular material and then be like, oh man, I need more. I have to pause right in the middle of the build to go get more. I hate that. I hate that. So I just like, you know what? We're going to leave it ugly for a while. I'll come back later and make it look pretty. But now it's getting there. It's time. It's time to at least start making it look pretty. The whole place is not going to be done. That's a lot to decorate, okay? It's not going to be done right now in this episode. That's way too much. But we've got some stages. We're going to make some stages. Make some stages? We're going to do it in stages. It's about to get dark. About to get super, super dark. Maybe not super, super dark. A little bit dark. So you kind of see what's going on with this thing. It looks pretty cool. I like it. And it's starting to come together. I started to dig out the levels. And as you can see, this is actually a 50 by 50 cylinder. According to the shape card here. It's a cylinder 50 by 50. So that's kind of what I'm working with right now. And honestly, I don't think it's big enough. I think I want each level to be even bigger. And I don't know. I'm toying with exactly how to do that. I'm also toying with the whole 3 levels thing here. I'm not a big fan of that, but I don't know if there's a way around it. I don't know. But I'm toying with it, so that's a thing. Let's go ahead. We're just going to go big. And we're going to go 100 by 100. If we go here, and we're going to go bloop. So now you can see, basically, that's how far back it's going to go. It's going to go all the way back. Ooh, hello. Ow. I forgot about you guys. Woo! Wow. I should probably go ahead and box that guy up, huh? We went through a lot of trouble for that guy. I should probably clear it out before we dig all the way back to there. I didn't even think of that. I'm glad I went over there to show you guys just how far it is, but we're going to dig that out. Let me go ahead and get a cardboard box. I don't remember. I think that's going to be in here. No. Cardboard box is not... Apparently, they are not in EMC value. Okay. Well, that's good to know. But anyway, I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to dig this out. We're going to see what that looks like. And I may go to 4 levels. I don't know yet. I may go to 4. Because this 3 thing here, I like it for hiding cables, but at the same time, it's really thick. And I could do things to minimize that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to force myself to get creative with hiding cables later. I might hate myself for doing that, though, because once I dig it out, I can't really put it back very easily. It is pretty fun to watch this guy, too. You can kind of see it going on the mini-map. You can't really see it too well because it's probably pretty dark, but it's breaking through now. And there's also a lot of bad guys over there. I probably should put this guy back down in the meantime. There's lots of bad guys. Hey guys, become dead. So now at least we won't get even more. There's a lot of them. Look at them all. Look at all the bad guys. This guy's still digging. It's still doing some stuff. Oh no, it just broke my... It broke my thingamabob. Which means we're gonna get more spawns. Oh no! Whatever will I do? There's slimes and zombies and everybody all over the place. This is really unfortunate, actually. Look at them all. This is crazy. There's so many of them. I need to go get another mega torch, actually, before this gets literally out of hand. It's kind of already there, actually. It's kind of out of hand already, but that's okay. We're gonna make sure we put it on this side. So no more spawn. Look at them all. Holy crap. We got so many bad guys in the area. This is ridiculous. But you can see kind of where the circle is going. We got the circle, basically, it's huge. Okay, it's a really, really, really big circle. But honestly, that's about where I wanted it. I didn't get the extra layer here. I'm really thinking I'm going to. I'm really thinking I'm going to, because this third layer is kind of throwing some things off a little bit. But that's okay. I don't know. I'll manage that later. I got to figure it out. I also need to clear out the mobs. But as you can tell, it's not like it's all that difficult, so you're not missing anything. Bye now. There's a weird bug with the builder and project exchange, and I'm not sure what it is. But this started off by saying chunk 25. This happened too when I was digging the tunnel silo thing here bigger. It's not actually supposed to be a silo. Somebody just mentioned that it looks like one, and I was like, oh, yeah, kinda. But it started off at chunk 25, and as I dug it out manually, that changed. So it just kind of gets stuck. And it just gets stuck on a particular position, and it can't continue. So the way I had to fix it before was, as you can see, I have a chest here. It finds a block that does not have an EMC value somewhere in here, but the thing is, there is no block that doesn't have an EMC value. It's all deep slate. So I'm not sure what it's finding, but it will actually put it in the chest. It found a wireless transmitter. Where did it find that at? There was no wireless transmitter anywhere. It was in the chunks that you saw me walk towards. Where did that come from? But anyway, it's now stuck. But if we do this, I can kind of go, because this doesn't have an EMC value. So I don't know. It was fully upgraded too. I don't know what it saw or how it got to that or whatever, but it was like the old position. This must be the old corner of where my stuff was. So it's weird. I don't know. But just something for you to keep an eye on if you wanted to go ahead and do this yourself. It does normally work. You can see it does dig. Every once in a while, it will actually mess up. But I don't know. It's super, super weird with how it does some of these things. I have no idea. But it's about done. And yeah, that's 4 tall. That's what I need to move everything down, light it all up. And after I move it, I'm going to go ahead and dig out like 2 or 3 more layers. And maybe, I don't know if I want 2 or 1 between the layers. 2 I'm comfortable with, but it means it would be offset. Because if we do 2 here and then we dig 1 out here, well, that's actually okay. We dig 1 out here. That's actually how it needs to be if we want it to be the same. Because then it'll be 4 and then it'll be 2. And we dig 1 more, it'll be 2. Yeah, we're going to do it that way. We're going to leave it with 2 blocks tall in between these because I can make that look okay. I think I can make that look okay. So I took care of moving everything. We're kind of in that position. I don't know what I'm talking right now, but I got everything moved and it's kind of a little bit cleaner. It's still cramped. It's still all thrown in the same area. And that's mainly because I don't know where I want it yet. So I figure the closer together, the better, because then I don't have to travel all over Tarnation to other temporary locations just to do what I want to do. If it's temporary, I'm going to crowd it in here until I know the permanent position for it. So that's kind of what we're doing. But I do have the power source. It is working. As you can see, there is water. I don't even know if I had water in it before. I hope I did. But the coolant doesn't actually work. Like this doesn't work without water. And eesh. So I need to thank Andros down in the comments yet again, gave me another very useful tip. I was trying to figure out how to automate this with redstone and yada, 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 all the other stuff. I overcomplicate everything. So it's really good idea to go ahead and double check me because there's probably a simpler solution to everything. But Andros was telling me that the comparator actually does work with the redstone orb. Now, something to mention is that it actually doesn't spit out the items until the redstone goes off, if it's set to crafter mode, because the pulse. So a full pulse is on and then off. So once the redstone goes off, that's when it actually sets in the items, which is one reason this actually works really, really well. Probably why they designed it that way is because it makes it so much easier to do these kinds of things. So just a comparator here. It's not a strong signal when it does detect something here. I'm guessing that's based on how many of them, but a lot of times there's just one or two items. So, you know, probably good to go ahead and repeat that guy just because it may not reach far enough. But yeah, I mean, I'm not big into redstone either. So if this is somehow a much larger circuit than it could be, feel free to go ahead and nudge me and be like, dude, you're doing it wrong again. There's an easier way. I don't doubt it. I really don't. But anyway, so we have this stuff here exporting and everything. And thank you, Andros. Like, seriously, thanks. But we have this stuff exporting directly in here. The uraninite, the redstone, all this stuff. It's all good to go. It's still auto-crafting up to a stack of it. So if we do need one more of these guys, we're good to go in that regard. Does it show? It says, oh, okay. Generating 464. We definitely did not have the water in here. 500,000 per tick? Are you serious? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. No, I mean, I'm good with that. We're good on power forever with that guy. And I can autocraft another one if I really wanted to. I don't think I need to, but holy crap. Anyway, so what I've got going on now is since we moved everything, I need to get the next levels dug out. So I went ahead and positioned this guy. I don't have to move the builder. I just need to change the offset. So if we change the offset, this guy is now in the right place. Oops. I did the wrong thing. I mean, it was in the right place, but I did the wrong thing. I meant to do this. So you can kind of see that the position is correct. We have the 4 high because that's what we wanted. 4 blocks tall, levels. And then I want to go in here and we're going to change this to 100, which is the same that we had on the other ones. And we're going to dig this guy out. Not 110, just 100. Thank you. Now you can go. While this thing is digging out more of our levels for us, I wanted to kind of continue on a little bit of the design at the bottom level of this. I forgot I changed this thing to normal mode. It's not super fast dig anymore. Dang it! I changed it so I didn't make mistakes. And I made a mistake anyway. Goodness gracious. Way to go, self. Way to go. But basically, I want to go ahead and start designing this and decorating isn't really the right word, I don't think. But we're going to start by surrounding this area with flux blocks, kind of framing it up. And we are going to go 2 down because obviously, when you have a liquid, you can see the top of the block here. So I want to make sure it all goes to theme and there's nothing like really hidden there that's going to do anything to throw off the design. So I'm going to go the second block down as well. So we've got several layers now done. And I'm not going to worry about going too much further because we already have the ability to start several different projects if we wanted to. And it's just going to be something we'll expand on later if we need to. But for now, we're good. As far as the design is concerned, I want to go through and try to design one layer because I believe this guy has a copy feature. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm hoping that we can actually make it work how we want to, because the levels, as far as the floor design, as far as certain other features, they're going to be basically the same between the levels. What we're putting on them changes, and we may change out certain things in the floor, for example, for like Botania that needs some grass and things. But overall, it's going to be basically the same design on each of the floors. So I would really like to be able to copy and paste it. So I want to design one floor out at the very least just to see if it's possible. And then we can move on if it's not and do a bunch more manually. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But it's kind of what I'm working towards now. I did set this up over here. This is a bit of a... well, it's a liquid oxygen creation thing because this down here is not going to be the only liquid oxygen we have, which, by the way, is the fluid that's down here in case you didn't see that earlier. But we're going to have certain other features, and I wanted to kind of look at that a little bit and see if I can't come up with a little bit of a design because I sort of kind of know what I want, but I sort of kind of don't. So if we go and take a look at the design, this is basically the center point as far as the corners are concerned. So what I was thinking is that maybe I can kind of go something along these lines. And if we put in some liquid oxygen, we can have creative little fountain things. Maybe not this specifically because that kind of looks a little bit off. Maybe we continue this and kind of make that a bigger thing. I don't hate it completely. But to be honest, I think I would much rather have, and this is not part of the design, by the way. This is just in order to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking for, because this would end up spanning the entire height. That would be the entire height of everything. So we basically have this pillar, ignore the top bit here, but from here down, we'd have one gigantic pillar pouring the liquid all the way down from the top, all the way to the bottom. Now, I don't know how I feel about this part here. I could go in... oh, you know what? That's because there's glass or something below it, isn't there? Yeah. Okay, so if we do that and then we get some glass. Glass. Couple pieces. Couple pieces of you, thank you. Let us go. Badoop and badoop. Okay. So that kind of, I think that's better. I think that one's better. I kind of like the single stream of it better. And now you imagine if we did that on all four corners. Now, right now, we can't really do it here because this is in the way. It's not that difficult to move these two things. But so we could actually move that to, actually, let's go ahead and do that real quick. And here comes the fourth one. So now we kind of get a general idea of what this is going to look like, especially from the bottom when we do this. It looks really cool. I'm not going to lie. It's a little trippy. Okay, I'm not going to do that too much while I'm recording. I may do it a little bit off camera though. Anyway, so we have basically this idea and I like it. I do need to I keep saying the word basically. Bad habit of mine to say basically all the time. But I want to get the borders on each of these, and I want there to be a better way to do that. So, calling all people who know more than me. That's pretty much everybody. Shh. I need to know if there is a way to swap blocks. I need a block swapper. The ones I know about are like a wand. There's certain wands, like this guy, Wand of Symmetry is pretty cool. It would require a bit of setup, but if it's the only option, I would do it. Because at least I would only have to build out like one quadrant and then the rest would just be built for me, which would be pretty cool. I know there's the wand. I could technically just like use the wand and go all the way up, but then I would have to break out all of these. So I'm looking for a better way to like do that. I could do the copy, but I don't know how exactly to use it. But if you guys tell me that's the best option, then by all means, I will learn how to use it and I will do it. But I'm just looking for a way basically to, again, there's that word, basically. I need to break that habit. I need to actually just get the border of this guy here. I want to get the border around each level. So that way we can make all of these pillars between the levels and we can actually have the design go and kind of be worked on all the levels. Now, like I said, I do want to do a copy thing with this guy for the actual levels, but I feel like the outside of this, just the border, would be useful for aesthetics and to kind of look at, to plan things and everything. It could help the creative juices flow, so to speak. If we came up here and I just started looking at it like this, I would be impressed and I would like it. And then maybe I would get ideas or something. I don't know. Whew, that actually kind of took my stomach a little bit. But in any case, that's what I'm looking for. Help me out. I need a block swapper. We've been at it for, I don't know, almost 3 hours doing these things. Granted, I used it somewhat. So we'll definitely round up to 3 hours, maybe a little over 3 hours. And we started with, I don't know, like 20 ingots. We're up to 52. Now, that's not actually too incredibly terrible. I was taking a look at exactly what I wanted because I want to get this guy. As soon as it's feasible, I want to get this guy, or at least start working towards it. So I went in here and I counted. You have 5, so there's 10. There's 7 here, so 14. But then you also have this guy here, and there are 11, I think, of those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, basically there's 35 Neutronium ingots in one of these infinity ingots. And then we have that. So 2 would be 70, 140, 280, and then there's 20 around the sides. So that's 300 ingots. And then we have a few of the nuggets still. I feel like we get one more ingot. We can get the nuggets that we need from all of these things. Maybe 1 or 2 extra, but 1 or 2 ingots after all is said and done. If we're really short that amount, it won't be too long to wait for those. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I want to get this, and these are the hard ones to get because this would give me the Transmutation tablet, and it's a portable version. So it would be just like the crafting grid that I have, but I would have them both portable. I wouldn't need to go in here for anything. Well, I mean, I guess I have all the crafting stuff. I definitely want the Autocrafting and all that good stuff done because it is a crafting grid. But anything that I need to craft that I don't already have, I would go to the crafting grid. Anything that I do already have saved, I would just go in here. And it would really, really, really help out because I do run back and forth to this thing quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to that one. I am definitely looking forward to that. But I don't know. We'll see. One thing I am worried about, though, is in order to make this, we have to use our table, which makes this guy portable. Great. Fantastic. Except if we die, we lose it. So what I wanted to do was actually make a second transmutation table. I want to make a second one of these so that I can actually put it in the first and actually have it saved and then pull another one out. So that way when we do make the tablet, when we make this guy, we can actually put him into our table and pull it out. And so if we do die and lose it, we have a way to get another one, and we're not going to have to suffer through losing it all. It'd be really, really terrible. Now, what that means, what all of that means, because for either of those, either the this guy or the regular one, we need more silverfish hearts. But if we go back in here to, what is it, exploration? Yeah. The last thing we have to do here is farming the mother silverfish. So you can easily farm infinite silverfish hearts from the mother silverfish by using several mods in tandem. And it tells you how to do it. Now, some of these things, I have no idea what they are. This sounds cool. The drag me? Almost like drug me? The drug me charm uses source to gather mob drops without killing him. That all sounds fantastic, but I don't know what this charm is. I don't know what mod it's from, which I could look it up, and I think I did at some point. Here you go. It's Ars Nouveau. Nouveau. I can't pronounce that. And then you use source, which again is probably, well, guaranteed to be from that mod I've never used before, but I don't know what it is or how to get it. So I've got a lot to learn about here. It does say source can easily be made using a volcanic source link powered by coal from chickens, or, you know, we can just pipe it out of our tables or EMC links. And then you do the stasis chamber directly underneath the summoning altar. Yeah, so basically we can just keep it all here. and just farm the crap out of him, I guess. You know, I don't know, but we're gonna work on that. We're gonna do some of that stuff for sure, and it'll be pretty good. I think it'll be pretty good. I'm pretty excited to get started with that. So we might actually get to the point where we're farming the silverfish mother next episode. We may get to that. And I'm hoping by the time we get all of that done and we start getting the hearts, we can get enough of those ingots to maybe at least start on the tablet. But I would like to get the table. I would like to be able to, I should be able to, at least if we get the hearts, I should be able to get the table, the transmutation table, a second one easily enough. So I'm really liking this design so far. It's coming together. You can't really see too much, but the design I have in my head is looking pretty good so far because this is going to go all the way to the top. These levels are basically going to be, at least the edges of them, there's that word again, all the way up, they're going to be bordered with these flux blocks here, which is going to be really, really cool, I think. I want to add in some more liquid oxygen somewhere, but I don't know where yet. And you don't want to overuse something like that. One, because it's liquid, so if you break something in the wrong place or place the wrong block, it'll kind of spread around and it could break things. Or two, it just too much, you know, there is too much of a good thing. But I do like the color, and I think it's definitely making things pop how I want it to. So it's really good. It's really, really good so far. Can't wait. But like I said, next episode, we're probably going to look at farming the silverfish mother, see if I can't figure out those things. Hopefully it doesn't take more than one episode, but even if it does, we are, we're trying to wait for these guys anyway. So we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I also want to make the second transmutation table if I can, next episode. That's my goal. Those are my goals for the next one. But this one is about over. So if you liked the video, please do hit the like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.